So teacher-led research is where we focus on looking at how we can benefit students and how we can maybe change their perceptions, improve how they perform in school, but also by looking at them holistically to help look at their whole well-being emotionally, mentally, physically, and seeing what factors can affect them.
What for you has been the best thing about working on this project?
It gives us the opportunity, and we're very lucky to have the opportunity in the school, to kind of take control of our area and look at something that we're passionate about, that we enjoy, and see how we can benefit. Are the theories true? So you do lots of reading, but actually what you sometimes read from research papers, previous research papers, or what's in the media, is that actually true? Can we prove that theory? Can it benefit the pupils? How does it impact them and our teaching?
What impact has there been on your teaching?
I would say if you love your subject, and it just helps enhance your teaching, your knowledge, because it refreshes it, and I think that's always important. Sometimes we get really, everyone says they're busy, everyone's busy, but it's stepping aside and reading, going, that's amazing, I could add that into my lesson. You know, the amount of facts that I've added into my lessons that the pupils have responded to, because they've said, you've read that, so they're aware that you're reading, you're learning, and they engage in that because they're interested, that you've got an interest in it. And it gives you another new lease of life. It gives you a real focus. So I have a massive focus on diet and fizzy drinks, which I teach all the time, but I think I say it with a renewed passion because I've got more in depth, and I can say, well, I've done this, and the kids like seeing you do it. They like seeing you be the pupil. And it's actually, you might be a bit daunted by it as a teacher, thinking, how do I manage this? How am I going to do this on top of everything else? But it's your subject, and actually it benefits you so much more. It gives you much more control of what you're doing. And you kind of have a real sense of pride that you've actually made a difference, and you've kind of re-educated yourself on things that you say, but sometimes they're not, you know, there's deeper facts behind them.
How will you use the findings of this project?
I think it's kind of affirmed everything that I've always thought, made it a bit clearer. It's made me more conscious of my diet. It's made me really observe pupils in my lesson with their diet. I think it will influence definitely in the next year's teaching of food, the very basic goals for all the pupils, and giving them clear, this is research, this is what I've done, if you have this, this will have an impact. So I know the school has banned fizzy drinks. That has a massive impact, and it's about kids maybe set in a certain way of what they eat and drink, but really giving them factual information. I've seen this happen, and if you do this, this can happen. And going a bit deeper with the education, trying to get things more on the line. So one of the things I have picked up from the research is you can say it and kids don't necessarily listen, but when you can give them images and pictures, so very simple things like researching tools for them, like the Sugar app, which is currently out, which is a really basic one, but encouraging the kids to download that on either their iPads or their mobile phones, and they become more, you know, take ownership of what they're eating. So that's been a success. So finding maybe new technologies that they can use, and you can give them the theory behind, but if they can use something like that, that has definitely had an impact.
What's your top tip for someone else?
I have to say, I think if anyone's ever nervous about doing anything like that, and I will, I'm quite old now, it's one of those things that you have to give it a chance. You've got to grow your mind, and sometimes we stop, and it's easy to stop and think, I'm all right where I am and I can do this, but sometimes challenging yourself is the best thing you can do. And even when it's hard and you think, I can't do it, and you've hit a brick wall, there's always someone there, and you can do it.